Good afternoon, folks. Actually, late afternoon, early evening, this Sunday, June 27, 2010. I'm giving you a little extra bonus coverage here of our tropical depression Alex, who is ready to move into the Gulf of Mexico. We'll probably be talking about tropical storm Alex before this night is over. Currently located, just going to start entering here into the southern Gulf of Mexico. Really kept its core together today as it traveled across the Yucatan, and this thing should start really start to take off again once it gets into the southern Gulf of Mexico. Hurricane hunters will be out in this later this evening, early tonight, so we'll be getting some good data from them. Movement is west-northwest 9 miles an hour, 999 millibars on the pressure. That was as the 5 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time advisory. And as you see, it's ready to get off and get into the Gulf of Mexico for the first time. Larger view of the Gulf of Mexico. I put the water vapor loop on here to show you. You could see Alex getting ready to move into the southern Gulf. Ridge right in here. Little piece of shortwave energy moving through Louisiana today. You see that right here. Could it weaken this ridge a little bit in here? Maybe move this in the near term a little more north? Never know, right? So that's a little interesting little feature right up in here. I'll have to see how that plays out. Get you people up in northern Texas, Louisiana a little nervous, but you know, that might help to move it up a little farther north here. A bit of presence of dry air in this region here. Could affect Alex later down the road, maybe making it not strengthen as much. That's a possibility. We'll have to see how that plays out right now, but you see some dry air in here, so we'll see what effect that has down the road. So that's some of the features here to look at. Going to start going through the model runs now and see all the interesting things that are happening, and a lot of uncertainty in this forecast still. So really anybody from Louisiana to Mexico really needs to keep an eye on this system. All right, let's go through some model fun here. This is the 18Z early run models. You can see a little bit of a shift to the north today. Even at 12Z we saw this. So we're seeing the main bulk of them coming into northern Mexico, where it was basically central Mexico yesterday. So that's a little bit of a shift there as well in the models, a little bit to the north. All right, now we're going to go through the different camps. We have a couple camps bringing the system more towards the north, and basically what they're doing is going to be, first we have, once this rolls through here, trough in here that's going to come out of Canada to the east coast. Initially that may nudge this guy a little north. This is what some of the models have. A little north. Then we're going to have a ridge of high pressure come back in over the central United States in here. You'll see this ridge build down right through here. A lot of the models have this ridge much stronger, and if this ridge is much stronger, Alex will move more towards the west-northwest. So first I'm going to show you the weaker ridge models. This is the Canadian, GFS, HWRF. This is the Canadian model, been very consistent. Can't discount this at all, showing a weaker ridge. And that weaker ridge is pulling, has a tendency to pull Alex more towards the north. So it has more to really do with this ridge than the trough. Everybody's saying, oh, the trough's lifting this. In a sense, it will a little bit, but really it's what this ridge is going to do behind this trough. If it's weak, then this guy's going to keep going north. Stronger trough will bend it back towards the west. So that's the difference. So there's the Canadian model. I'm going to run through these fairly quickly. This is the GFS model, another weaker ridge model, and you can see basically almost like the Canadian model, brings it up towards the northern Texas coastline. Another weaker ridge model, the HWRF. This one has tended to move a little north the last day or two as well. It was pretty consistent to the west, and this has brought it up towards Corpus Christi now as a weaker ridge. All right, let's go through some of our stronger ridge models. This is the Euro model. And this has been consistent. As much as the Canadian's been consistently bringing it north, well, the Euro's been consistently west. What a battle this will be to see which model is going to be the winner of this first run in this tropical season here. You know, I've always been a big fan of the Euro model. It's been very consistent, so really can't discount this at all. And you could see bringing it basically to the west-northwest near Tampico as landfall. Stronger high pressure right in here, tending to make this go off to the west. And then here we have the no gaps model again. Stronger ridge up in here, moving west into Mexico. Just wanted to show you the latest shear maps. Beautiful anticyclone over this system right now, so this system should strengthen as it gets into the Gulf of Mexico. Couple prohibiting factors, again, dry air. If this upper high moves a little too quickly to the west, might get a little bit of northerly shear. That could affect it a little bit. A lot of subtle differences when it comes into intensity forecasting, and you know, we could be as much as a category off on intensity forecast a lot of times. So, and I'll show you the differences as far as track goes where I see the intensity going, okay? So here's the official forecast track from the National Hurricane Center as of 5 p.m. You can see it's going to strengthen pretty quickly back to a tropical storm. They're forecasting by Tuesday that we should have Hurricane Alex. That's about right. It normally takes about 24 hours really to get these things going again. Could be a little sooner. I'm thinking maybe possibly as early as tomorrow night, but basically tomorrow night, early Tuesday, somewhere in there we should see our first hurricane of the Atlantic season. Now, how strong is this going to get? Well, let's say if it takes a more western route here along the western southern edge of this cone, it's not going to be have so much time over. It's going to make landfall a little quicker. In that case, probably a Category 1 hurricane at the most, okay? Say it takes this more northern route, it's going to be over water a little longer. If it came all the way up to Texas, it's not making landfall till later on Thursday. So there's a difference in about a day, day and a half of landfall here. If it takes a more northern route, has a little more time, Category 2 hurricane not out of the question. A major hurricane? Yeah, possible. Possible we could see a Category 3. Again, it's really going to depend on how fast this thing moves, because this thing's going to definitely slow down a bit as it waits for this trough to move out and this high to build in. And also that we saw that dry air over Texas, that might be a little bit of a factor too down the road. So Category 1, Category 2 forecast is not is where we're really looking right now. The ships brings this up to close to a Category 2. I'd say about a 10 to 20% chance we'll see a Category 3. That's still possible. Now, as far as track goes, you saw the different models. My thinking all along was that this will come, basically, I would say I'm more on the northern edge of this cone. I'm thinking northern Texas, near Brownsville. That's kind of been my area. I've been looking at where this is going to make landfall. I'm still there. That would be my spot right now. But we cannot take away Texas right now. Even western Louisiana we really can't take out of the equation, can we? So you see the uncertainty in the forecast from the National Hurricane Center by how big this cone is. Look at this cone of uncertainty. I mean, that's huge. So they have it from Corpus Christi all the way down to central Mexico. I would even make this cone probably most of Texas. I mean, really, at least from Houston south. I think you'd have to at this point. But you know, that's it. As far as percentages go, I'm still about 70. I'm still about 70-30 from a Mexico landfall to a Texas. Although, I mean, I'd almost go up to 40% for Texas right now. I mean, it's really tough right now to really say exactly where this is going to go. Again, I'm still, you know, I'm going to live and die with that Euro model in the end, but I'm still thinking more west with this. But the northern edge of this cone, possibly near Brownsville, eventually the landfall will be. But again, residents along Texas, even western Louisiana, all up in this area, don't take your eye off of this. Again, if it comes up farther north, it won't be till about Thursday or even Friday if it comes up in here till landfall. So we still have plenty of time. Just keep an eye on it. I'll keep trying to give you updates. My next update will probably be either early tomorrow morning. If I can't make that one, then I'll definitely have an update late tomorrow afternoon. Have a good Sunday, and take care.